Welcome, everyone. I know it's been a while, but I have to apologize. I've had some personal problems in the company. I lost some key people to COVID in the company in the recent weeks, and I'm sorry I had to be away. But while I was away, the markets kept on going. Ever since the election in November, the markets have not have a single rest. They haven't rested at all. We've just gone up in a straight line. The Fed, even though the economy is recovering, they're going to keep buying QE, printing money. Now the Congress and President Biden are going to print almost $2 trillion, which will, introduce a lot more liquidity into the markets. And of course, there's no inflation, according to the Fed. But in this video, I'll show you how inflation is roaring, and that could be the pin that punctures the bubble, the big bubble that we're living in. And let's get to it. For the last 5 days, we practically had the first flat to down week we've had in, I don't know, I can't remember that far. But the S&P, the Dow, the Russell, everybody was flat last week. And most notably, the NASDAQ was down 1%, which is amazing that it's down. Year to date, this is how crazy it is. Year to date, the Russell is up 14% for the year. The NASDAQ is up 5%, the S&P 4%, and the Dow a measly 3% for the year. These numbers are absolutely crazy. We're only 6 weeks in, and we already had a full year performance. And I just can't explain it, except for the fact that the Fed, the Congress, and everybody's pushing the market up like crazy. Now let's take a look at the FANG stocks. Facebook, amazingly, down 4% for the year, Apple 2%, Amazon and Netflix are flat, and Google is flying, and Tesla, which has no profits, it's unbelievable. It's up 10% for the year. And with the recent Bitcoin purchase, I'm sure it's going to keep on going up, up, up until one day it doesn't, and the balloon pops, and maybe Tesla's down 80% in one single day. Another important person in the news has been ARK Investing, led by Kathy Wood. She is an amazing woman, a very smart woman, and her ARK funds have just sucked in an incredible amount of money in the last year. And look at those returns. ARK KK, which is one that I like, is up 22% for the year. And the 3D printing fund is 42%. And the autonomous technology and robotics fund is up 26%, as well as the next generation internet. So keep an eye on these funds. I'm actually looking to buy uh, these funds in if we ever have a correction. Maybe I already missed them. I have a little bit invested in them, but I want to buy more. And I just hope I get a chance to buy them. Even though this last week you see a little bit of red, but still it's minimal. And in order for me to get excited about buying these funds, I need a bigger down move. Now let's take a look at the sectors that I like in the first quarter of 2021. Here we can see leading the pack has been the cannabis stocks, the pot stocks. The pot stocks are just flying. Also, Chinese internet is up 32%, and the small cap index is up 27%, which is amazing. Oil up 21%. And of course, all the commodities that we have been recommending here have been up like crazy. Copper, lumber, corn, anything that's commodity related has gone up a lot. Now, which sectors have gone down? Remember, gold doesn't really act like a commodity. Gold acts more like a currency. And recently we have seen interest rates going up hard. And we're going to talk a little bit more about those interest rates in a second. And gold doesn't like interest rates going up. So the two sectors that I do not like right now are gold and bonds, and ticker symbol GLD and TLT. I'd like to talk about uh, how complacent, how arrogant, how really obnoxious a lot of people on Twitter have becoming. These guys, who are young guys, have never seen a down move, have never, except for March maybe last year, which lasted only 21 days. And now we have these people like Bear Effer here shown. My apologies for showing this. I hope no children is watching this. But look at what this guy says. I use my years of trading experience and technical analysis to take money from short sellers. Good luck with that, man, because the market will punish everybody who's been very, very arrogant. Now, a guy that I admire and has been very wrong, Steve Henrik, he is probably the biggest perma bear in the market. And he's showing us this beautiful graph of the yield on the 10-year bond. And we can see that back in August, yields were 0.6%, and now they're more than double to 1.33%. And I believe once we enter this yellow danger zone of 1.4, 1.5, the stock market would really start looking at it more carefully, and the bubble might start to get damaged. Let's also take a look at how fast Bitcoin has gone up in value. Look at the price of 1 kilogram of gold and look at the price of one Bitcoin. Now, 1 kilo of gold is worth the same as one Bitcoin. Amazing. Bitcoin, which really has no value, it's just a made up asset that's getting validated by Wall Street. And it's really amazing how much it has gone up and how much the adoption has been recently. Bitcoin is for real, and I would take any opportunity of a down move to get into Bitcoin. Now let's take a look at what are the Bitcoin returns for the last 11 years. If you were lucky enough to buy Bitcoin in 2010, you would have paid uh, less than one third of a cent, and it ended up the year with a 30 cents. Of course, it was almost impossible. I bought my first Bitcoin in December 2013, and I paid around $120. Then in 2014, I bought my second Bitcoin for $500. And unfortunately, those are the only two Bitcoins I purchased. And I should have purchased a lot more, maybe because I bought so cheaply and the prices started going up, 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 and up. I didn't have the courage to buy any more. Now I'm going to have to pay 20, 30, 40, $50,000 to get back in the Bitcoin game. I also want to take a look at margin debt. What is margin debt? Margin debt is debt that people who are trading in the stock market use as borrowed money in their accounts to invest more heavily and leverage their accounts. Just take a look at this. This can't end well. We have an all-time high for margin debt. What this means is people have never used so much borrowed money to keep buying and buying stocks into the stock. So there you have it, everyone. The stock markets are hitting record highs. Bitcoin is flying. Uh, Supposedly there's no inflation, although I see inflation everywhere. And we say that markets never lie. We can see inflation in food, we can see inflation in gas, we can see inflation in commodities, we can see asset inflation in housing, in the stock market. I mean, inflation is rampant. And the only thing that worries me is that everybody who's holding dollars, including me, all our liquidity is getting punished. And of course, retirees and savers get punished because there's almost no interest. And in order to make our returns, we're going to have to take more risk. And we see crazy funds like ARK investing just going through the moon, and assets like Bitcoin going up like crazy. It's getting crazy out there. Maybe we never correct. Maybe our friend from Twitter, the bear effer guy, is right, and all the bears are going to be dead. Right now, of course, in my mind, I'm bearish, but I know I have to protect my assets, my family's wealth. I have to keep buying assets on every dip. Problem is, there hasn't been any dips to buy. So there you have it. A guy that I respect a lot, Steve Miller, Ask Slim, says we're going to have a down move going up to March 16. I hope you're right, Slimmy. And maybe we go down to 3650, 3700. That would be a good number to scare the children a little bit. And of course, I'm very old. I I really I went into Wall Street Bets, the subreddit, and there are 6, 7 million people there. I really don't understand how to take advantage of that, and I'm gonna keep doing it the old-fashioned way, the solid way. Buy assets, buy every dip on assets at a good price, and when things start getting crazy, like right now, you have to take some profits and wait for better opportunities. And of course, every time you've sold recently, you've said, oh my God, I sold. And the thing just kept moving up. But I think you're going to get a chance to buy again. I would lighten up a little bit in my positions, but have the buy button ready to keep buying again if we see a down move in the coming weeks. We're due for a down move. But unfortunately, the money printing machine is on. The Fed is full throttle. The Congress is full throttle, and there's too much money out there pushing the value of everything high, super high, while we have 50 million people in the US that don't have any food. And my hearts go out to the people in Texas that have had no heat. Now electricity is coming back. Now they have no water. And guys in Texas, stay strong. Please, everyone here, pitch in, send water, send any money you can their way, because these people need all our help and all our support. Remember, it's crazy out there, and you gotta risk it to get the biscuit, baby.